recording in 4. Okay, we're recording. It would have been fun to do a clap like we're recording, but we are already recording, so
Just
never mind.
immediately. Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
like countdown.
I know. It used to be. I think I turned it off somehow, but now this is it. Can't believe you said that, Sydney. Oh, but I
Oh
will
my
have to.
God. Were we recording that whole time when I said that? And Ellie, when you did that,
I
you
know.
thank goodness your shirt's back on now.
Yeah, I know. But also, I can't believe you do the things that we said that we wouldn't do.
We said we would never do those things, and yet when we get together, it's like all of our previous morals go out the window.
I know. I know. We're
Anyway, that's
we're
for the
so wild
Patreon
and crazy.
only. It's for
Actually, our secondary Patreon, it's called only.
only
It's like
patrons.
only patreons.com
Yeah. It's
for
like I'm
twenty
trying to think.
five
I'm like
dollars.
only peasants. I'm trying to think of a
Yeah.
medieval thing. I'm like only wenches. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Only witches allowed.
Only
Only
witches.
Vasen. Only
No,
Vasen.
only Vasen.
I oh Jesus Christ! I have like a stress thing here. That's how I feel
Oh,
about today's episode.
wait. What you're rocking with? You just squeeze it? Is that what it is?
No, it's like
Oh,
you
it's a
slap your
snap brace.
you slap yourself with it. Uh, that's how I deal with stress. How do you deal with stress? You don't physically injure yourself ever?
No, I just kind of let it like boil up inside me until I have a meltdown. Did
Yeah,
you ever have meltdowns when you were a kid?
not as a kid, no.
I had meltdowns as a kid where it's like it would all be like too much. Like the emotion would be too much, and then I would like hysterically cry or something, and I would get to not often. Like this wasn't like a constant problem, but you just get so overwhelmed, and my release would be like crying as opposed to like frustration or like fighting or something. I would just like cry, but my mom would let us every once in a while take a mental health day if
Ah,
we were not actually sick, but we were just like, I feel bad.
yeah.
So we would get to take like a mental health day. And now as an adult, I'm like, every day's kind of a mental health day for me.
Yeah. Now my problem started when I was 19.
Oh,
Post done with school. It's very significant. Like it truly went from like 18 to 19. Huge difference for me. I had a huge life crisis, and ever since
whoa.
then I've had anxiety issues, and like not meltdowns like emotional like I get angry. I've only had like two anger meltdowns in my life.
Hmm.
One when I was pregnant and ruined all the china in our kitchen.
You broke it?
I for this it's one of two most embarrassing moments of my life. I was pregnant, Chris had prepared the food incorrectly and I was hungry. I sound like an abusive wife, but that's how mad I got.
Did you throw the china?
I threw two of my favorite pieces on the floor because I was like, nobody understands how hungry I am. And
Oh, wow. That is pregnancy hormones if I've ever heard it.
yeah, and then I felt so bad because I was like telling Chris, I was like, what if I had killed you? What
Oh
if I had
my God.
murdered you by like throwing it at you or something? He's like, honey, there's no way you could physically kill me ever. Sorry. And I'm like,
With a
no, but what
cup.
if I had
Like,
picked up a knife or something and thrown it at you in like wild, mad rage? I can't trust myself. And he was just like, he's like, I need you to understand that there's no way you will ever be able to kill me, honey. And I'm
oh
like,
my
okay,
God.
okay. The other
Somebody
time,
lock me up.
yeah, the other time when I lost it, I was also like 22 or something at work. And this is also so embarrassing, but like I was working with two brothers, and I was good friends with them, but somehow we got into like a slight argument about something stupid, and then they ganged up on me. And that, for some reason, always triggered me in a way that I don't like getting ganged up on. When people are like, "Oh yeah," and especially if the other guy has not heard sort of the backstory or my arguments, and so I like left my like the store. We were working in an Apple store, and I went into like the back room, and then both of them fucking followed me and were like continuing to be like, "Oh, so you're being so fucking immature about this," like they started, and I took the poor. So in the back room, the tech guy worked on some Apple product, and I took that computer and threw it in the wall. Uh, I'm like
You took
complete.
somebody else's computer that they were actively trying to repair and destroyed it.
Yeah, fortunately it didn't break. He could fix it after the fact, but
Oh
I
my
remember him
God.
sitting there being like, "What?" and then just got up and left the room. And then my boss came back. Fortunately, I was the first and only girl at this job, and so he was
Oh,
just like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And so I didn't get. I should have gotten fired, but I
fired.
didn't. I I dodged that bullet by sexism. So awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I've only like punched a pillow. I don't get angry that much. I just like if I have to take my anger out, I like punch a pillow or I like, like slap my own leg. I'm like, so mad. I mostly
Um,
just cry. I love a good cry. That's what the release is for me. I don't think I would feel good. I would feel like you, like if I destroyed China that I loved, I would like, I would
oh,
sob. I would just be
it's
like,
terrible. It's terrible because it's a rage that is. You also get like into your head about it of like, what can this rage one day turn into that is,
killing your
but I have
husband.
never like hit someone. Like I've never physically
Sure, sure,
injured. Like I'm
sure.
not worried that I would hit my kids or whatever because some moms, do fucking go crazy when they can't
Yeah.
sleep or anything. And none of that has ever happened. And if I thought that that would happen, I probably wouldn't have had kids because I
Yeah, and
can't do.
Ellie has never hit me hard. Ellie's never hit me badly.
I've never been angry with another woman. Like, I mean, I've been angry with women, but I haven't been angry like that. Like these things gets
Mm,
triggered only by I
with
think
men.
people who overpower me a little bit, so it becomes like a weird fight instinct.
Mm. I mean, hey, yeah,
Um,
biologically, you're like, don't fuck with me. Like, don't.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit, but I also hate that side. Like my dad has super anger issues. Like he's also a tiny man, and he got in fights all the time as a kid. Like
Well,
he'll
I
tell me,
feel like it's traditionally the whole joke thing, which I think is true, is like men get angry, women get upset.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
like, I would much rather cry than punch a wall and break my hand. It just doesn't seem
oh yeah.
conducive to a positive like ending.
And I hate angry people. Like I get so annoyed when
Yeah,
people are like getting
quick to
overly
anger.
angry for
Yeah.
like the dumbest of reasons and then like overpower you in an argument. Like I'm 99% of the time I'm pretty chill and then I kind of lose it and get like annoyed. But
Yeah.
then, you and that but the part when you get annoyed, you lash out at someone and say stuff that you don't mean. That
Yeah.
person like you lose the argument and it's also like it's not nice to be around. Like you work in a set. Some
Yeah.
producers are sometimes so fucking angry, or like
Oh,
directors, even
kills the
worse.
vibe. Kills the
Yeah,
vibe immediately.
completely. And it's like you're adults in a room, and suddenly some asshole starts yelling.
Though, my only thing is like I think because societally or whatever, like I am more prone to cry when I'm upset.
Yeah,
I get mad about that because it's like sometimes in a situation, I'm not sad. Somebody is doing something bad to me or
yeah,
something happens that would, probably elicit anger from some people. And my reaction is I start to get like teary eyed. I feel like my throat closing up. And
yeah.
all I want to do
Red.
is not cry, but
Yeah,
that's how I react. So I'm like, don't get sad, get
yeah,
mad, be
yeah.
strong. But
Nah,
it's
I
hard, and
know.
but like you said, like I don't want to be that person either. I don't want to be angry and say things that I don't mean and stuff. I don't know. It's
No,
hard.
because
It's
it's. I mean, the truth is that neither gets you what you want. Like a
no.
lot
We
of
just have to
women
be.
always, yeah, exactly. Like a lot of women are being told like you have to be like don't show weakness, don't show tears, and I'm like
Yeah,
anger is the biggest fucking weakness that you like. That then they know exactly how to trigger you into doing
sure.
stupid things. But I'm also mostly the same. Like in acting class, I remember the men, you know, we did the Meissner stuff. The women started crying immediately about when even it was like a scene where you're confronting your husband who's cheated on you.
Yeah.
Um, and it immediately went to like, I'm useless and you cheated on me because I'm bad. And the men, like you said, they started like, you fucking whore, like they went
Yeah.
there. But both sides wanted to do the other thing. Like the men
Mm.
wanted to like get in touch with their like like sadness, and the women wanted to get in touch with their anger. But I don't know. I don't like. I mean, I like a good cry. It's very clear to like a good cry. However, I've noticed something. Sometimes when I cry so much because I'm hurt or sad or like have a like not a meltdown, but like get very sad over something, it triggers a migraine. So I don't like big emotions can trigger migraines for me, except laughter. Uh, like I don't get migraines from these recordings. I am nervous about today's recording. Not so nervous
Are
that I
you
will kill
scared?
someone. No,
Are
I'm
you scared you're gonna poop your pants?
poop your pants, but also I can't poop my pants. Junie broke the toilet. So
Oh,
like
come on. Dooney, we need that.
we need a toilet. Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to get into the adventure because we left on a pretty big cliffy last week,
Yeah.
and I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know. I've been like bitching and moaning about it online because I'm like with my with Discord. Don't go and read that, Sydney, because it's spoilers
Oh,
for.
okay.
But it's like most. I don't know how to tie things together at this point. I'm like, oh fuck, I've gotten myself into a little lost situation. The threads are being
Lost
pulled.
Mountain
Yeah, Lost Mountain situation.
Saga.
Um, I so we will have to improvise a lot, just so you know. If I look confused and naked, then it means that I am confused and naked.
Hey, and also, this is your show. So you remember, you are behind the wheel. I am here paddling. I'm rowing the oars and I'm moving the rudder for you. So we are fully in support of each other, and that is good TTRPGing. We are being good to each other at the table. So no fear, eyes
No
wide
fear.
open, hands outstretched. It's going to be a great session. We're holding hands.
Movie pitch: you and me on a Viking boat, and I, for some reason, am not helping. I'm just shouting
A
at you.
hundred
Paddle,
percent.
paddle,
Paddle, row, row. I'm the only one
row.
rowing. I'm
We
like, the
shall.
ship is too big.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Why are we only going in one direction?
I can only use one oar at a time. We're going in circles.
All right, where we left off last week. Do you remember anything?
I remember we had the vision, or well, unknown, but Eliza saw something from the camp that her and Olaf were at, and she walked to it, and it was like a strange apparition. Something was happening. She saw this house, this cabin with these
Oh yeah,
people. They seemed to be from her time, but she could not like interact with them, and they could not see her. And
yeah.
then she saw a no, wait, what are they called?
Tomte. Yep.
Oh,
Tomte.
it is the tomte, the outside one, the tomte. She met a tomte, and he was pretty friendly, a little bit scary at first, but she spoke with him and he could see her, and he kind of was telling her that this area and this time of year, the veil is thin, basically. And he mentioned did he mention the long nut? The
He didn't mention it, but you are recognizing what it is based on previous conversation with Birch.
conversation. Oh yes, yes. The voice of Birch came to me.
I will also say I have been on a little research dive. It makes sense for you to mix up Vettar and Tomtar because apparently they're the same thing. It's just different
Oh,
naming in different regions. But for some reason, the core rule book made a difference of them. So
one
it
is
like
inside, one is outside.
basically, yeah, and one of
Huh.
them can sometimes be an animal, but then again, it says like also that can tomtar be, it's. And I've
Classic
also looked
folklore.
classic folklore. Do you know how many names for vampire there is out there too?
Oh,
It's so many.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, so you had the vision of the cabin. You went back. You also had like a little brief encounter with Daphne, but
Yeah.
then
That Daphne was, well, yeah, that was a really nice moment too. Daphne came to me and it
Yeah,
was like the first, I don't know, peaceful sort of closure that she's had with an apparition of Daphne. Usually it's
yeah,
like terrible. It's just
yeah,
sad.
yeah,
So that was really nice. So thank you, Ellie.
yeah. It seems like the spirit of Daphne and your father is on your side. It's not like they're not there to haunt you or to, there's no revenge going on.
Mm.
Then you also had interesting visions of your parents. One them being that your dad helped your pregnant mom out of a river. And before he helped her, you called upon Vasen to help them. And you saw roots or veins in the ground moving towards them. And then, boom, you are suddenly a baby looking up at Aunt Christina. Some sort of argument is happening between Aunt Christina and your mom. She storms out, you start crying, boom, you're back by the campfire. You try to wake up Olaf, but he mysteriously can't be awoken. He's very sleepy. He's had a tough time, so I'm sure he's picking up on it. I'm sure being able to sleep very deeply in this super cold winter. I'm sure it's nothing bad is happening there, and then something really really bad happened to you in that you are surrounded by small female
Children?
children with their
Just,
eyes gouged out. I know this.
oh,
I might have should have done a trigger warning for this. That's the problem. You get desensitized about like reading these horrible things, and then like, yeah, okay, that happened. But I'm like, yeah, children. And instead of trees, it's like these ghosts are just looking at you with eyeless stares, and you're being pulled into the opening of a cave where a woman is sitting with her back turned to you. You instinctively know this is the demon, the lady that people have been talking about. You've only heard fragments about who this could be. You thought that Swedes celebrated, Saint Lucy, the former Catholic saint, known as Lucia in Sweden and Italian. So Saint Lucy, this little martyr back from the back in the Roman Empire, she was killed on a pyre and took her eyes out and held on a tray in order for men to not pursue her, which is also pretty sad, and that's also why she was murdered. This is sort of the legend that you know and you thought was the reason why Christians celebrate Lucia in Sweden. And then you had heard fragments about like that the tradition of the long nut is old. The 13th of December is a very special day, but you had not put these things in together. But you know that the Vikings, folklore, Swedish traditions go way back from Christianity, and the church have tried to make sense of all the traditions into making them Christianifying them.
yeah.
Jesus suddenly was born on Christmas Day. What a what a
How
chance
random.
happens that, yeah, random that they happen at the same time. And so you were like not sure what to believe, but you do know that this creature that you're now facing, you have heard rumors of her. And you're standing there. I want you, Sydney, to use every tool you have in your little pocket, so to speak, like mental or physical pocket.
Hmm.
Roll for whatever. If you're like, can I roll like a learning to figure out what I should do? Basically, if you want to do
Okay.
that kind of stuff, you can. I have some helps to prepare for you, but I also don't want to completely be like, do this. There
Well,
are ways
also,
to
I,
solve this. Yeah.
I want to say I did also grab in the previous episode the cross,
Oh yeah. The sign of the
and I
cross.
slipped it into the pocket of my like petticoat or my jacket, because I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm gonna need it. Really wish Olaf was here. He's kind of the Christian Catholic guy. Um, But yeah, I will definitely utilize every skill I have. What is so her back is to me. Does she look human?
Funny you would ask.
Hmm.
What you see is this long, silvery, horse-like hair. It's like thick and coarse, and it's going all the way down to the ground. And you first see the shadow of her face in the cave, because it's like this long, goat-like appearance. She's dressed in white, and as she turns towards you, you see two black holes where her eyes should be, and a skeletal goat face. And as she turns, you also see hoofs instead of feet. That's what she looks like.
Cool. Cool. Okay. And she was speaking to Eliza when she approached, right? She was like calling her over.
Yes. Similar to Galadriel, she will speak in your mind.
Is she still doing that?
Not right now,
Okay.
but if you want, Birch might have given you something that could be helpful. If you want
Okay.
to
Birch
learn...
gave me those two books too. I don't know if we.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you wanna... I'm gonna give you a chance to roll learning with
Yes,
a
please.
+2 advantage.
Yes, please. Let me get my dice. I need so many dice. Okay, with a +2 learning. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought my learning was better than that. That's okay.
You only need one.
Ha ha ha.
I only need one.
Okay, and a +2. So let me roll 2 more. Oh, 4. 4 successes.
Oh my god, I thought you had like 0 and the +2 was like, oh.
No. I got 2, and then the +2 gave me 2 more.
All right. So you came prepared, bitch.
I read those books. I read
you
those
read
books.
everything you could. So this haunting goat-like presence, I was actually gonna have you roll a fear test and then but roll it with like. We haven't done much fear testing in this season because it's just the two of us, and I find fear kind of takes out a lot of the fun in this game. If you're like, oh, you're paralyzed for 6 rounds now, so you can't do anything. And
You know what
especially
it should? You know what it should be? It should be more like, because we ran into this issue in like the very first combat we ever did, where you just are frozen for 4 rounds, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
I'm out of combat. It should be some sort of like morale thing, where if you're like outnumbered, then you have to roll it, or if like in Call of Cthulhu, where it's like if you see something particularly fucked up, you
Yeah.
roll like a sanity kind of thing.
Yeah,
It stinks
and it
that you roll
doesn't-
one fear test and it's just like you're out.
Yeah, and exactly like a sanity thing, but it doesn't like immediately fucks you up. It just takes away from your sanity slowly. chipping
Exactly.
away. But since you had 4 now on learning, you know that Birch gave you very specific instructions to create a protective circle with that silver cross.
Yes.
And she also you see this for what it is. You're noticing, you're starting to piece things together, because based on what you've been reading, and you know that this demon is known to possess other spirits. It's a duality spirit. And when you're seeing these sad young girls surrounding you with their eyes plucked out, an epiphany occurs to you, and you're realizing This is not Saint Lucy. This is Saint Lucy possessed by a demon. And why this demon is out, you don't know. But in your hearts of hearts, you think that if you could somehow get rid of Lucy, this demon, you could potentially save Saint Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucia.
Well, that's great news too, because I can't fight a demon. So if it was like you have to kill the demon, I would have been like, well, the adventure's over. Okay, so kind of, from everything that Birch has told her and prepared her for, which it's hard to parse out. Like, thank goodness I got 4 successes, because Birch says a lot of stuff. Birch kind of talks in imagination and, like, analogies. It's all like these, big kind of heady ideas, and it's really hard to determine sometimes with Birch, like, what are you actually saying? Is that what I should literally do? Or are you saying, the circle is like a metaphor? But she's just going to try this thing because she thinks that this is what's going on. So she is going to take the cross from her pocket and start to, like, carve out this circle, never taking her eyes off of this imposter of Saint Lucia. But she's going to kind of draw and carve this circle, and she's going to say, you cannot touch me while I am in here.
Let's test that theory, shall we? Initiative!
What? Initiative!
Okay, so we normally just do, since it's just the 2 of us, let's roll 1d6. The one who gets the higher goes last. So you want a low.
Low, right, just like the initiative cards.
Yeah. I got a 6. Fuck.
I got a 4. Huh.
All right. So what do you want to do?
So
you can fight. I mean, you said you can't fight her, but you can. There's a couple of things you can do in your arsenal of things to do. Feel free, and we'll figure it out together.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely, probably hurt her. Like, she is still like a corporeal. What's incorporeal versus corporeal? Like this
incorporeal
entity
is like a ghost.
Yeah, she is corporeal.
Corporeal. I mean, I do have my gun on me.
Okay.
I have my gun.
You do have your gun, yeah.
Maybe I'll roll another Can I roll like an observation to see? I mean, she is really like eyes wide open, kind of like, did the circle seem to do anything? Should I be like reading from one of the books or like one of these, like Latin phrases that Birch has given me? Or like, should I try to shoot her and weaken her? She just also keeps thinking, like, back of her mind, I wish Olaf was here. I hope he's okay. Am I in a reality, or is this sort of like in a dream? Am I fighting her in real life? So all of this is kind of going through her head. So I want to do an observation to hone in on like one thing that she should do. Or the first thing she should do. Oh, that was, hold on. Okay, empathy, thank goodness. That's my best skill.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, oh boy. Okay, 1 success.
With 1 success, you, let's say that you're feeling a presence in your mind, prodding at you, trying to lure you, trying to trick you, and you're pushing back. And with your successful observation, it's like you're getting through to her instead. You're getting into her mind.
Ooh.
And you're getting these flimmers. You see a small child wearing a tray, her eyes on it. She's wearing a crown. People are sacrificing her. There's a big pyre. This is like an old flimmer. You see these horrifying visions of a creature just dragging young children into the forest. And you're realizing I'm in her mind. But then as you're realizing, you realize you get a sensation of fear. And you're getting a sensation that something chained her. She was banished once. And then you get a flimmer of release. Something also broke those chains. Recently, she is back, more powerful than ever, more hungry than ever, but she's been banished for years and years and years. And you do notice that, or you have a sense that a gun would work.
Okay.
I was like,
But I
well
also, I don't want to, I mean, I don't want to kill Saint Lucia. Like, I want to, the ultimate goal, I think she's getting this feeling, and correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah.
The ultimate goal would be to banish her again, or like pull her from this form and not kill this form, because
Right.
this is Saint Lucia who was sacrificed, you know, and is
Yeah.
a good spirit.
Yeah, so you get a sense that if you can weaken her, perhaps
Yeah.
then you can perform some sort of incantation or some sort of counter curse against her or some.
Okay. I have an idea. I have a good idea. Okay, so then if that is my turn, could I also like draw my gun if I can't like shoot on this turn?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So yeah, so then she's like drawing her gun as she's kind of making all these calculations.
Oh yeah, calculations. Love it. It's her turn. I have a couple of attacks here that I've pre-written.
Okay, just want to remind you, I don't have a lot of armor or
Well, because I thought about this. The circle you created
okay.
creates a armor class of 6, which is the highest armor class. So you can roll. So for every damage you take, you roll 6 dice, and then you remove any damage you take per success. So if she
Oh,
attacks
I
you
see.
somehow, and then she's like, oh, that's 3 points of damage. You roll 6 dice, and for every 6, you can negate that.
I got the power of God.
Exactly. She continues to sit and just stare at you, but then you hear a thundering from behind, and a shrieking pig sounding shriek. And you recognize this as, oh no, this is the one that they've all been warned me about, the fucking Glowson. It's a pig-like demon that's very known to encounter during Long Nut.
What?
It has this is not from my my fucked up imagination. This is truly like a creature that does exist. It's called the Glowson. It's a sow.
It's a what?
So is that what is a female pig? So no.
Sow.
A sow.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, it's a sow? It's a what? It's a sow. Okay, but it's like a wild pig, like a big
boar,
pig?
like
A boar?
big
Okay.
boar-like creature.
Ooh, that's not good.
Red eyes. You can see those tusks looks extremely sharp. You know from your great learning, like I'm gonna give you so much details on these things, like you're like the Witcher at this point. You know that those tusks are extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, since you already took your turn,
Oh, fuck.
you can't dodge it. So
But
you'll
I have
to
this circle.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, this Glowson is coming from, from behind, attacking you, and you just hear this thunder from behind. And it can split a human in 2, if successful. So it goes for you from your back, and I'm rolling. So that's 1 success. So that's 2 points of damage, because it's not fully able to do a lot of damage. But so now you can roll 6 d6s
Okay.
to see if your armor lasts.
Oh my god. Okay.
But you get a sense that she's creating this glow-on with her mind.
Only one success.
Only one success, so you take 1 point of physical damage. It like
I think
rams into you.
wounded.
Cuts you're wounded, yeah.
Wounded.
You're wounded, you're bleeding.
Oh, yeah, I think she's like
getting covered by blood.
she didn't know how this circle would work, so she like drew it, and she also was so focused on the lady that she hears this noise, and she just is like everything's happening so fast, and yes, suddenly like from her back it is like getting speared, and she's just like ah! And like screams out in pain as blood spurts out, and she whips around, and now she's like two direction. And do I see this like creature?
Oh yeah, it runs
It's
and then
real.
it runs next through you to the other side.
Oh my god.
And something else you're noticing is that it requires concentration for you to keep up with this circle.
Oh no.
And it's trying to get the cross out of your hand, but you successfully keep it at your hand. But suddenly you're feeling like, I cannot let go of this silver cross.
Okay.
Because bad things will happen. That's her turn. And she is, I wonder if she's gonna move. No, I think it's fucked up that she's just sitting there. Oh, I forgot to say that it appears that she's stirring something in front of her. And you think you see some sort of cauldron there as she continues to stir. I kind of want to, let's retcon it. Let's say that she was doing that when you came over there and now she stopped stirring. Or maybe? But since this is a weird dreamlike thing, let's have you slightly retcon. But as you were sitting, as you encountered her, she was stirring a cauldron.
Oh.
And you could see what she was stirring. It looked like body parts.
Oh.
But it was moving the wrong way from the way that she was stirring. And so you're like, this is so wrong. And it almost gets you nauseous from seeing it. I mean,
it is like... It is like a dream, you know, where you're like, was she always stirring that? Oh, I guess she was always stirring that. Wait, something's weird about the way that she's stirring that. Oh, so creepy. Okay. Yeah, so she's gripping to this cross for dear life. She has her gun drawn now.
Yeah.
I would like to shoot at the lady. And I think would I be allowed to speak as part of my turn too? Like to do something with speech though?
Absolutely. But do you want to shoot? So let's...
Yeah, let me shoot.
I looked up a pistol / revolver. It's a ranged combat. You get a +2 to your ranged combat. And it's a damage 2.
Okay.
But you can get extra damage for extra successes.
Oh, okay. Okay, ranged combat. It's not my highest skill, but we did get the gun range, and I did work on it. So let's hope. Let's hope that paid off.
Pray. That's all I can say.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Okay, 1 success.
It goes through. You do get her down to down.
Okay.
And yeah, it's her turn. She disappears.
Oh,
but
can I
forgot.
say
you wanted to do something.
Yeah.
So let's say you hit her. She
Okay.
disappears, but now you can say like her reaction, instant reaction, which I'll take that from her turn. But you can now say something because it's sort of your turn again.
I think Eliza knows that there's no talking. This isn't like a normal Vasen. Like this is a demon. This is controlling another type of spirit. So there's no like negotiation like she would normally try with a Vasen to be like, I'll spare your life, I'll save you. And instead, she is trying to remember the Latin that Birch was telling her. or maybe even Olaf was telling her. Like, you know, this is like deep memory of stuff Olaf has said, and she like is trying to remember it. So she shoots the gun. She knows that she hits, but the woman disappears, and then she's sort of trying to think, and she says, "Sunt malak libas," and she's like not sure if it's gonna work, and she's like trying to remember the whole phrase, but she starts this Latin incantation.
And as you're doing that, the second you're doing that, that voice again that's been calling for you, and a muffled voice, and you're not sure if it's Daphne or Olaf. As you're speaking those words of Latin, it's something from within you reinforces that and starts saying it with you. And it's like you're feeling like a chorus coming out of your mouth of voices helping you with this Latin incantation. I can't speak Latin, but you know, we talked a little bit about exorcism, like you know, all that.
Dominate,
what you said, like and so, and that weakens her significantly.
Oh, I got more too. Oh, there's more Latin coming then. Okay, but that's really interesting. Because I think she herself was like not quite sure, but then what came out of her was so powerful, like this chorus, that she's feeling like out of body. Like she feels as though, you know, God is speaking through her, even though she knows maybe it's Daphne, maybe it's Olaf, maybe it's her dad. Like she doesn't quite know, but that's awesome. So she says it, and you can see like she grips the cross harder and stands up a little taller, as if she's like, I have people on my side. I'm not alone in this cave with this demon. So she stands up a little taller.
It's her turn, and she disappeared her last turn, but you know that it works because sort of the world is starting to tremble, and you hear shrieks echoing in this cave of pain. And this is not your first rodeo with a demon getting sent back to hell. So you know that it's like you're happy that it seems to have the desired effect. But she's far from dead, or banished, or neutralized. So I want you to roll an observation against my manipulation. It's gonna be a tricky one. I need you to roll. Let's see here. I have 2 6s already.
Okay.
3 6s. You need 3 6s.
Okay. I just rolled 2. So hold on. Let me. Okay, so that's. All right. Oh my gosh.
Push, but you'll take a mental con. And a mental con is not great for your little circle.
Oh, Ellie, I hate to break it to you.
Oh no!
But I rolled 4 6s.
Ah, fuck. Nevertheless, what you then see is a flimmer. She's trying to manipulate you. She's trying to fuck with your mind. But instead of these nightmare visions that's showing up in front of you, you instead see Olaf running through the snow, carrying you. You're bleeding. You're speaking out Latin words, and he is speaking them back to you and says, "Come back to us, Eliza, come back to us," as he's running towards something. And then you hear also Daphne, "Stay on the path, stay on the path, stay on the path." But then to your right, you see Jonas. He's sitting in his wheelchair and he's reaching for you. And then he falls off his wheelchair. And you can see his fear in his eyes, asking you to help him.
Oh. Okay, in this vision, if she looks down toward Jonas or toward Olaf, because they're like in different directions, is there a path?
You could say that the Olaf vision seems like it's not here, right here, and it seems like a bird view. You're seeing yourself being carried by him. Jonah seems like he's there with you right now in the forest. But he's outside the circle and outside the path.
Oh man, that is manipulative, isn't it? Even though I beat the observation, I'm still struggling. I think she doesn't break speaking the Latin because she feels like she doesn't even need to. She's thinking in her mind to Jonas. She's like having like separate conversations almost, like because she saw Daphne and she's like, this could be Jonas, like this could be his spirit, and she would never abandon him if that was the case. But why would he come to her like this? So she speaks to Jonas separately, and she says, I'm sorry that I wasn't there. I missed it. And I miss you. I'm sorry, Jonas. I tried.
You abandoned him. And that's where we'll end this episode. What?
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck. I hate that lady so much.
It's a little bit like AI, like they know that we'll have like super intelligence when, and this is from Ex Machina, so it might not be true, but like when you know that it is an AI and it still tricks you that it's human, like you know that the woman, you knew that this might just be a manipulation, but it still fucking works. This was a lot of fun. This is like, I feel like the first combat that's actually feel like we're getting somewhere with combat without it being.
We're using the tool. Well, finally, I feel like, early combats are hard because you don't have anything. Your skills are low, and but now we have like power items, and like we're using. I can't wait for the next episode. I have ideas. When you were like, I want you to use everything in your arsenal, I was like.